And it says we are streaming. There we go. Okay, 1 second, and we will begin. I got my notes here, the questions to ask Shantae. And sorry for the shaking there. You're all part of the family, so you understand we're not perfect. We certainly don't pretend to be perfect, but we certainly are excited about today, and we appreciate all of you. I know some are still coming in the room, so we'll give it another minute, and then we will begin. If everyone can just make sure you're muted, and that way we don't have anyone else coming on the screen, and we'll be introducing you to Shantae Roddy here very soon, our agent of the month for September. We're very excited about that. But hey, listen, if this is your first live with us, welcome to David Allen Capital. We've got some great things happening as a company, and more great things to come. We're setting records in the industry. We are the leader in the first movers of instant approval, same day business capital funding. As you know, we also are probably the only provider representing all the top revenue-based capital providers. And we're not beholden to any one of them, meaning we choose the best offer for the client. And so we got one-stop best offer for over 25K, and then instant approval, same day funding under 25K, all online app sequence. So obviously nothing's perfect, but by way of getting people approved for capital in the business owner community, I don't think there's a better company on the planet doing it than all of you and David Allen Capital. So thank you for all of your contributions, because it's all of us collective that becomes a value to our providers. And they want to do more. They want to offer more. They want to give better offers because they're competing with the other providers. But if we are only submitting one deal a day, they wouldn't be doing that for us. But it's because collectively we come together. No one holds a candle to us out there because of all of you. So thank you for that. And this month, we recognize one of our top agents. She was selected as agent of the month for September. And so today is going to be a short discussion with her, an interview, if you will. But it's really an open discussion. We've not spoken. We don't have this planned out. We're just going to get to know Shantae a little bit better. We're going to hear her pro tips. We're going to see her reasons why. We're going to understand her a little bit more, get to know her a little bit better. And you're all going to have an opportunity to ask her some questions. She got another funded client this morning. She got one earlier in the week. She's got personal agents who got fast start bonuses, or she earned fast start bonuses on some agents last week. I think at this point, she's got the record for a personal enroller fast start bonus, over $4,000. She earned on one of her team's clients. I think that's right. It may have been a different amount. I don't know. She may remember, but it was a nice sizable fast start bonus she earned, or enroller bonus. And she's leading the way with new clients. I mean, she's gotten over 20 new clients since we launched Bank Breezy. Continues to do so, had dozens of PPP applications come in. So what is she doing, right? How is she doing it? And why is she doing it? She obviously believes in what we're doing enough to refer it. So we're going to get all those questions answered along with some others, that whatever comes up, comes up. But I appreciate all of you for being here today, because you're here live. You can watch us in recording, but you're here live, which brings an energy to it. And when I'm doing a Zoom, I just pay attention to the little camera on my screen, that little thing right there. That's what I look at. I can't look at all the people. But when I do, and I get to when other people are speaking, it just warms my heart to see how many of you come to this and look at it live, talk to us live. Forgive me. It's obviously a client and not an agent, because they're calling during our live. But it warms my heart to see all of you here and showing your enthusiasm. So let's get right down to why we're here. Shantae, if you can make sure you are live, or Morgan, make sure she's unmuted while I introduce her. period for a moment here. Can you give me a thumbs up, Morgan, if she's looks ready to go? Shantae, I see you're unmuted. Good. Your video's on. Good. I see it in the chat box. I know you're good to go. Beautiful. Well, there you are right there on the top of my screen. I see you. All right. A beautiful smile. I really, really appreciate you, Shantae. You've just been a great example of digging through this. I know when we first started, where I started seeing your name first was with the PPP applications, and we kept seeing Shantae Roddy, all these PPP apps, and that has been a thorn in our side to some degree because they haven't paid us yet. And I know you funded a lot of clients based on how many you had apply, but that hasn't gotten you down. And you just, diverted right over into Bank Breezy and started promoting that. And the day will come when we get compensated on all those PPP apps. But something you're doing is attracting people to our website. And we're just honored to have you part of David Allen Capital. Glad that the hiccups with the PPP getting funded and getting paid so we can pay you. Glad that hasn't discouraged you because here you are leading the Bank Breezy charge and helping a lot of clients along the way. But thank you for accepting our Agent of the Month for September. We're pleased to have you part of our family of agents. You're a great leader. You're always on Facebook cheering people on. And we just couldn't ask for a better example of a D.A.C agent than you. So thank you, Shantae, and welcome to today's Zoom.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Yes, well, we're excited to have you. And I love you got your logo background, your She Boss talk. I know you promote the She Boss show. And so we're going to get into that a little bit and how you do what you do. But tell us, first of all, how long have you been with David Allen Capital and just a little bit about yourself?
I believe I've been with David Allen Capital since 2018. However, I didn't really go full force into it until the pandemic hit. That's when I realized how much of a benefit David Allen Capital Services are, right? So that's how long I've been in it, and I'm happy to be here. I am a woman on a mission. I have been an advocate and a petitioner on behalf of small businesses since this pandemic hit. So I'm a small business owner myself. So I know the challenges that small businesses go through, and I know how hard hit they have been during this pandemic, and the pandemic is not over. And the bottom line is businesses need help. Too many businesses have gone out of business. So however I can use my expertise, my resources, my platform to help as many business owners be able to survive this pandemic and also to thrive, that's what I'm here to do. And I've just found that David Allen Capital's products and services have been a real solution for business owners during this time, especially Bank Breezy.
Love it. Well, I think immediately everybody who's watching this can see your passion for helping business owners. We tell people to feel that way all the time, how important that is because it gets you to act. Would you say that's what's inspired you into action most is your passion, being an advocate for those business owners?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, if you're passionate about something, it makes the process so much easier, right? So you can't look at it as this is a job or this is just something I have to sell. I'm an educator. I'm passionate about everything that I do, or else I wouldn't be doing it. It would actually be difficult to have anyone buy in, especially business owners, okay? So business owners have a lot going on and they will question you. They want to make sure they're making the right and knowledgeable decision. So that's what I'm here for. So I have to be as passionate as I can. And I'm passionate about everything that I do.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, I can see why you're having so much success. There's a level of confidence this is the first time we've ever spoke live, right?
Yes.
So I know you were on a Zoom for the lead thing the other day, but this is the first time we've actually spoken to each other. And I look at this and I say, I would immediately trust that you have my best interest at heart. And it doesn't matter whether it's payment processing or funding or new carpet for my office. if Shantae recommends it, I can just tell she's got my best interest at heart immediately. And I'm sure everyone else can see that who's watching this. So folks, first pro tip number one is be like Shantae. That's step number one. But tell us a little bit about your personal life. Do you have kids? Are you married? Are you single? What's your life like?
No, I'm not married. I have several nieces, wonderful nieces and nephews, right? They take up a lot of my time. I have a dog, Charlie. I'm very busy building my empire, right? So I'm an entrepreneur, full-time business owner. I have two companies, a new one this is my platform, a marketing company for women, because that is my mission, to help women to really dominate the decade and beyond in places that they've been for far too long underrepresented, and giving them a platform to speak their truth, to be able to speak their mind, to share their voices, their stories, their gifts, their expertise, and products and services. So that's what I do. So that's all encompassing. And so in my spare time, I love to travel when it's not COVID. Okay. I just, not last month, but July, took my first trip since COVID to Vegas. That was nice. So it was just a little getaway trip. So I love to travel, but I do work a lot, and I try to manage a balance, which if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, you know how difficult that can be, is balancing, because I do work a lot. I do need to have some me time too.
It doesn't feel like work though, does it?
No, this is not
very
work.
much. Yeah. It's funny. We live on a golf course. I've played 18 holes in 2 years, and we're members, so we get golf for free. And I've played 18 holes in 2 years, and people say, "Why don't you miss golf?" And I say, "I'd rather be building my business than golfing. To me, I don't need a break from what I do. I love what I do. So this is better than golf." But you're obviously, you sounds like you love what you do. I can hear it in your voice. So can everyone else. So tell us, She Boss Talk. I know we're going to get into how you're getting so many clients, but it sounds like you're attracting a lot of people to you for what you stand for, amplifying your impact. I love that. And She Boss Talk and your desire to help women. That sounds like that's attracting people to you. And many of those happen to be business owners. Am I kind of guessing how this is happening?
Yeah, they're all entrepreneurs, business owners, or those that aspire to be. Although I primarily target women, I have many men that follow me and do business with me, and have also gotten funded through me, right? So I think the fact that I'm authentic and I have integrity and I really care about the small business owner, like you said, that really comes through. People tell me that all the time. This is my platform, but just like this is my platform, every single person on here that's viewing, and shout out to my team members and shout out to the friends who are viewing today, everybody has a platform, right? This is just mine, but figure out what your platform is and use it to the best of your ability. And that's all that I do.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that and giving everyone that encouragement. I agree with you. We all have that platform. So tell us a little bit, first of all, why you chose. So you've been in D.A.C. since 2018, but it wasn't until the pandemic came that you said, okay, there's a need in the marketplace for what D.A.C. offers. Why D.A.C.? Why did you join in the first place? And why do you feel it's important to share that now? And why are you doing it for yourself?
Well, under my other company, which is a risk management company, one of my peers had actually approached me about it, and I thought it was a great benefit then. I just wasn't at the place at that time that I was ready to move full force ahead. My mom passed in 2016. I've had a lot on my plate ever since. So if you're a woman, you know, we have a lot that's going on. We put everybody else first. And so that's what I was doing. But then COVID hit. And so like I said, I've been on the front lines. I've helped thousands and thousands of business owners stay open, to be able to pivot and scale, to be able to get access to funding. But we all know that business owners still, even with all these programs, there's been many challenges, and many of them, no matter how great the program is, they will not get approved for the funding. Right? So there's federal funding, state funding, there's grants, right? So I've helped with all of that. But when the pandemic hit, we had PPP, that's first when I reached back towards David Allen Capital to see if we were participating in the program. Now, when I first inquired, we were not in the first round. Those were the early days. Those were the tough days. And those were the days when many of the smaller businesses weren't actually even being able to get an opportunity to get access to PPP. But then when I believe the second round came around, you all stepped into the game. Then I was like, okay, this is the end. I know businesses need this, and I was already helping them with the Paycheck Protection Program because I'm an expert in all things stimulus, okay, for small business. And so that was my opportunity to share an option with my audience and with my peers to say, okay, go after this PPP. Because when they changed the rules, that opened it up for a lot of businesses that were denied, or they got very little, very little, near pennies that they would be approved for that would do nothing for a business. But when he changed it, I was like, that was a game changer. And then you all opened up the PPP, and I said, let me just use this as an opportunity to help them get the funding that they need. And then Bank Breezy hit.
And Bank Breezy seems to be filling a nice niche for you. So how are you? So you said you're an expert in everything stimulus. So how long, you've become an expert, obviously, but how long have you been researching it and becoming that expert?
Since the beginning, since the pandemic hit. I'm an avid learner, and I'm nosy, I'm inquisitive. I use that term. Okay. So I want to know what's going on, what's impacting me as a business owner. That's what happened first. So I saw that there were a lot of opportunities, a lot of relief money, free money that was available. And I went after it for myself, but I didn't want it just for myself. I'm like, I wanted to share the wealth, the information and the resources. So I was one of the only ones, still am one of the only ones that do that. Because for some reason, people like to hoard information. They're like, I'm just going to keep it all to myself. Well, no, I could have done that, but I didn't. And so I just used the opportunity to learn. I dug into the regulations, and I continue to do that. So I'm connected to the SBA. I'm connected with SCORE. I'm a mentor, subject matter expert, and trainer through the SCORE organization. So I stay very well connected. So I'm in the know, so I can help more businesses. So that's basically what it is. So I already know that small businesses, mostly they need under 25,000. They don't need hundreds of thousands. They don't need millions of dollars. Most of them, it only takes $3,000 would make a significant impact in their business. And I mean, I already know this because I work with small businesses, but they tell me this all the time. All I need, if I could just get $2,000, if I could just get $5,000, that would make a difference. I could overcome this hump, or I could go buy that new equipment, or I can go open up this new supply shop over here. So Bank Breezy is a game changer in this industry for businesses that are locked out anyway, right? 80% of businesses can't get traditional funding. And if you're a woman or a minority in an underserved demographic of small business, it is so difficult to get access to funding. And so the fact that we have this as an option where they can not only get money, but they don't have to wait weeks and months in order to get it. They can get it today or tomorrow. That's amazing. And it's just helped so many businesses. And I'm glad that I've been able to partner with David Allen Capital to make it happen, to change a business owner's life and their business.
Well, so what I've learned is you, in the last 2 years since the pandemic, you were hungry to become an expert and to amplify your impact by sharing that expertise that you learned with others. That attracted a following, an audience who comes more to learn more what Shantae's got for us. And you probably do you have a show? Do you have a podcast you do, or do you do it just on Facebook? How do you communicate that to your following?
I'm everywhere. And I would encourage everyone, you need to have a digital presence. I don't care who you are. I'm everywhere. So my main platform is YouTube, where I have almost 25,000 subscribers. But my second largest platform is Facebook. but I'm everywhere. And I recently got approved on LinkedIn. It's a special process you have to go through. So now I'm broadcasting live on over there as well. I like to be live because I feel like, if I can't be in person, this is the next best thing to be able to engage with people and to be able to see their questions right there and answer them right there on the spot when they have an urgent need right now, right? Businesses are in a situation where they can't wait. They've been waiting and they're looking for that answer. They're looking for that solution and somebody that will actually help them, right? And so I've built up that following. So this is the key. You need to develop the know, like, and trust factor. And I've been able to do that with my platform. So people, they know me, they feel like they know me, they connect with me, they call me, and they're like, they can't even believe I answered the phone, right? So it's like I become like this famous person. I don't see myself that way, but they're like, whatever you have, whatever you're saying, whatever you're selling, we're into it. We're going to do it if we can, because we trust you enough to do it. That says a lot, right? And so any of us can do that if you focus on doing that and you have integrity and you just put yourself out there. And I share my own story. That's a big piece of it as well. When we talk about selling, you have to be open and with people and sharing your own personal story. Stories are what sells people, right? Not you just posting, oh, here, come sign up for my program, come buy this product, right? Come get this funding. You have to know there has to be a story behind it. And then you share your story. Like I share my successes, I share my team successes, I share the business owner success because they're the ones that got the funding, right? And I share what is that done for that business. And then that attracts people. So you have to look at what are you doing and what you're doing. Is it attracting or is it detracting?
Love it. So you are leading others just because you decided to. You had no experience with it. You didn't go to college in finance, right? Maybe you did, but that wasn't why you became an expert here. You decided to dig in and start communicating, and people are just craving leadership. They're just craving others who take the lead. And everyone who's watching can do this. As you said, they can do it on their own Facebook page. They can start a Facebook group for free. They can start a YouTube page for free. And start communicating all the things that we all know 8 out of 10 can't get approved at a business loan at a bank. Just that alone, and what options do business owners have? And just start communicating. So I love that you're doing this, and I love that you're sharing this. So you've got She Boss Talk where you communicate. How old is that program? 2 years?
I started this, a different version of this in 2018. And then I officially turned it into a business at the end of 2019.
Okay. So only a couple of years, folks. It's not like you need to be doing this for 20 years. We've got people in our program that own radio stations. They've got an advantage. They've got free advertising, right? You created your own network of followers, and everyone watching you can do the same thing. Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said some keys. You said with the integrity and a passion and a desire. So you dig to learn and then communicate what you learn with integrity.
Absolutely. People know that I want them to succeed. Like I really push people, right? That's just my personality. There's so many business owners that had given up, that have been on the verge of giving up multiple times. I mean, I'm sure there's some of them watching right now. And it's because I kept pushing them and motivating them and telling them, you don't give up on what you deserve, what you want. You have to keep pushing for it, even when there's a challenge. I mean, so that even goes to agents. I get declines every single day, right? But I don't give up. I get people that get right there to the end and they request a contract and they decline, or they get declined, or they just decide that they choose another option, right? But I don't give up on the process. So you have to understand that this is a process. There's levels to it. And you just have to be able to put in the work. So I don't feel like this is work for me. One thing, because people make it seem like it's hard, right? But for me, it was diving in and learning as much about the business as possible. And one of the agents, I don't even know if he's on here, I had made a post and he said, you have an agency. And I didn't even think of it like that. I said, I do have an agency. It seemed like overnight I have like over 60 agents and they have agents under them. That's not anything I put a lot of effort into doing. I don't even recruit people. They just see what I'm doing and like, where can I sign up, right? They just see what I'm doing and the success that I'm having, the success that I'm helping others to get. If you can help someone else succeed, that is going to create success for yourself.
Amen. So you're the old, if you build it, they will come type thing is happening for you. You're attracting, and then you reach a critical mass. And every one of you watching can accomplish what Shantae's accomplished by hitting that critical mass, but it comes from communicating first. She didn't have this personality and this passion before she had 20 or after she had 25,000 followers.
Right.
She got the 25,000 followers because she started with the same passion and belief before she had one follower. Right?
Exactly.
So
right.
For the ones who are watching, yeah, absolutely. For the people watching you right now and say, well, that's great, but now she's got this following. It's hard for us to do that. I don't know if I could do it like she does. What would you say the words are that you're sharing on your She Boss Talk that's attracting business owners to apply? What competitive or features and benefits of Bank Breezy, or what is it that you're sharing that's attracting so that people who maybe don't have a following, at least they can go to their own Facebook page and start with that group, or start with their YouTube friends or their neighbors or their business owners in the community with that messaging? So what messaging is working best for you, I guess, is the question.
Well, there's a lot. I just try to let them know what the benefits are, that this is an option for them when they don't know what the options are. Right? There are millions of American businesses and millions of those businesses don't know what the options are. So first, I'm just letting them know here's an option. If you did you get denied PPP, right? You get denied EIDL, or you're waiting forever, months and months and months, and you need money now. This is an opportunity. You can get money today or tomorrow, up to 25K. And I tell them all the requirements. Okay. I tell them all the requirement. What do you need to be able to accomplish this? Now, a big benefit of this program is that it only requires a 450 credit score. The credit score alone knocks out a lot of businesses from getting any of the stimulus funding from the SBA, because they require, I believe the minimum is 560. For the EIDL program under 500K. Okay. So you can't even walk into a traditional bank and get a loan without a 700 credit score. Okay. So that is a big benefit right there. So when they see that, another thing is no hard credit pull. They've already had a hard credit pull from the SBA, or they're looking to buy a house. They have these things going on. So they are concerned about hard pulls on their credit. I'm concerned about hard pulls on my credit. So when you're able to say, okay, wait a minute, you can do this and there's no hard pull on my credit. I can do this and only have a 450 credit score. And oh, by the way, I only need to be in business 6 months. I mean, I've done my research and similar programs to this, and none is like it. Like most companies, you have to be in business a year or 2 years. Okay. Let's not even talk about revenue. Okay. You have to have a starting minimum revenue of 10K and some 25K. So you knocked out the most of micro businesses that are out there. Okay. So that's why this is the sweet spot. This is a game changer for all those businesses where now all you need to be generating is a minimum of 5K a month is huge. So just like I'm communicating it to you right now, this is exactly how I communicate it on my platform, right? And this is everywhere that I am. So whether it's my newsletter, my blog, I communicate in my email signature line. I communicate in many ways on many platforms as I can. Just start communicating to the business owners that's out there. And they're there. We're not hard to find. We're really not hard to find. We're right next door. We're in your grocery store next to you. We're in your church. We're your neighbor. Do you know how many businesses are in your neighborhood? Have you thought to look at the businesses? Do you have a corner store? That's a business owner. That's been the foundation of your community for 20, 30 years. They may need funding right now. If they don't, they know other business owners that do. So it's up to you to start connecting with them. Start with a hello. It's just like networking. People struggle with networking. I'm an introvert. That does not stop me from networking and communicating, right? Start with the hello, introducing yourself and asking them about them and their business, how long they've been in business, what challenge do they have going on, and let them know who you are, what you're about, and how you may be able to help them in the future. And have product on you, business card, drop cards, whatever. You never want to leave home without having some type of information. It could be digital business card, but have it where you can leave it behind or you can continue that connection with that business owner.
Wow. Everybody listening is going, she makes it sound so easy because you believe. It is this easy, isn't it?
It really is.
It's this easy, but it's easier not to do it. There's something inside you. There's something that created a hunger in you that had to get this word out. It comes out in how you communicate it. And for many people, they don't have that. There's something that doesn't go above that threshold where they hear all the words. They know that we're good for businesses. They know that it can help businesses, but there's something that keeps that threshold just below that. That's it. I got to tell every business owner where you're above that threshold, right? So what do you think it is that took you from just hearing the facts to saying, I've got to act on this? Was it the income you could earn or the impact you could make? What was it?
It wasn't the income. It's just the impact. I'm really passionate about small business. So even when I don't get a lot of funded clients, right? There's a lot of people get denied. And when I'm sad because I wasn't able to help them. I really want to help businesses. And really, if you're not really wanting to help businesses, I personally don't think this is for you. The money is fantastic, but it has to be more than money that drives you. I'm a person of purpose. So if I don't feel like there's a purpose in it, then I'm not going to do it. So me knowing that I have a purpose, this is helping, this is the solution, that makes it so. This is probably one of the easiest things I've ever done and the easiest money that I've ever made because this is prime time. There is no shortage of business owners that need funding and they don't know where to get it. They're waiting on you to tell them about Bank Breezy or David Allen Capital. They need to know because nobody else is telling them. They don't even know that there are options, right? So, I would just start where I always tell everybody, no matter what you're doing, just start where you are. Just start connecting just with one person. That's what I did. When I started in business, I really wasn't connecting with people. I had I had a hard time in corporate America. I had just left corporate America and I started off with just meeting, having a coffee and chat with one person at a time because I don't like big crowds. I'll do them and I have a strategy for that. But I work better if I'm in person, just working one-on-one with people and getting to know them, right? That's how you build relationships. That's where the work comes in. To me, David Allen Capital, Bank Breezy, that's easy. The work is in start building relationships with people. And you will see your network becomes your net worth. It is your greatest asset.
Love it. Well, if you took, folks, imagine if Shantae did not have 25,000 followers on her YouTube page. Imagine she went with this same passion just to her own Facebook page. How many people do you think watching that would share it? The answer is a bunch.
They do.
Because they see her passion, they see her belief, they see her conviction, and they know there's business owners in their friend group who need to hear from this woman. They need to know Shantae. That's what someone says who watches her. And every one of you can say the same words. You have to have the same beliefs, though. We say before there's 6 beliefs, right? Before you should talk to clients. Shantae's got them. She maybe can't recite them. Maybe she's never even seen that video, but can you tell she's already got those beliefs? She's got those beliefs. And so we teach them because many people have never been business owners. They don't know, so they don't have that same passion to help that business owner. So that's why if you don't know those, go back and watch them because you have to deliver it the way Shantae is. You don't have to have her charisma. She's very charismatic, obviously. You don't have to have that gift. But what you do have to have is her belief. And if you ever believe, you'll come across with charisma and conviction, and people will see it and share it. What other suggestions have you got for any of our viewers today? Our fellow D.A.C. agents, some love what we do, but aren't having success. They're struggling to talk to people, or they've talked to a couple business owners and the couple, yeah, it sounds good, but didn't apply. So they figured, well, maybe I'm not good at this. What encouragement do you have?
Again, it's understanding it's a process. Okay. It's a process. And so don't give up, right? You're going to get declines. And I've seen people say that in the group, I got a decline. They didn't go through with the process. They got stuck. Okay. But don't let that stop you. Like I just said, I did get declines every single day, right? I have goals, but I don't give up. Set goals for yourself. Like one of my goals that I set for myself was to become agent of the month. I had no clue that it would be this soon, but that's a goal that I set out. I said, I want to, and I spoke it. Write your goals down, write your vision down, and then speak it. That is one of my biggest recommendations. I will say I look at I get a lot of messages in my inbox. So hopefully those people that are in my inbox and have questions will ask them here on this platform. But I look at a lot of you all's social media pages, and usually it's on Facebook because that's where the group is, right? And you all are struggling because you think that, oh, I'm just going to post this flyer that says sign up for capital, and you're going to do it back to back to back. Like, no, there is a strategy to this. You can't just post sign up for capital, sign up for capital, sign up for capital, sign up for capital, and then say, oh, nobody's buying. Nobody's signing up for this. That does not excite them. That does not attract them. How are you showing that it's a solution for them, right? So when you first signed up as an agent, what I would ask is, did you all announce that this was what you were doing now? That's what I first did, right? I went back and did it. And it was I just updated my Facebook profile to say, I'm a David Allen Capital agent. And it made an announcement to my Facebook friends. And my Facebook friends were excited about it. And they commented on it and everything. That was the first lead in. So that means that's more eyes on that. Now they know that you are an agent. They connect you with capital that they need. So whether they need it now, they need it later, or they know someone who needs it, they now have that in their mind that you are a person they can contact for funding. Okay. If I'm scrolling down your profile, this happened today. Someone reached out to me in my inbox, and I went to the I can't see anything. It's private. You need to have if you're an agent or you're in business, period, those are you that are watching, you don't have private pages. Your page should be public. You can adjust your settings to make certain posts private if you want to. Anybody in the World Wide Web that can see anything I post on Facebook, and if you have a business, and this is a business agent, you want them to see your content. You don't want it to just limit it to your family and friends. Okay. So I know a lot of people are stuck on that, but if you say you have a business and then nobody is responding to you, because you need to expand your network outside of your close circle. That is what I would highly recommend that you all do. And then start sharing stories, your own personal story about what you're doing, how you're helping people in David Allen Capital, with David Allen Capital as a partner, small businesses that you've helped. People love to see people win. They love success stories. That is attractive to them. So start sharing your story. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be ashamed. Too many people are ashamed of their story. That's why we have this platform. Your story is powerful. And the business owners whose stories that you're helping, right? You're creating more stories. You should be sharing those on your platform. So if you go to my page, and I tell anybody, we're all a team. You can go to my page and see how I post. You don't see back-to-back posts saying sign up for David Allen Capital. Come sign up and be an agent with me. I just share my story, and I share results, and I share success. And people, they ask me, how can they get involved?
Love it. So when you share your story, you're doing live video or text or both?
All of it. All of
everything.
Video, graphics, just regular text, right? Facebook has these backgrounds. Those are really good. Backgrounds, you can have short statements, right? And I'll just share like an example. I had funded two new people or 3 new businesses. And I'll say that, right? Like, guess what? Today or this week, right? The team or I just funded, this trucking company, this beauty supply shop. I share those type of success stories. And like yesterday, I had 2 team members who funded their first clients. I'm happier for them than I am for myself. And I want to share that, right? So people already have problems with not feeling appreciated where they work or in business and in general. So people want to be celebrated, and we don't do that enough. So I celebrate them and their achievement, and people are attracted to that, and they congratulate them. Then they're like, then what they say is, if you go to my post, it's like, what is this? What do you mean, agent? Right? What do you mean that they, funded their first agent of the month? And that is your opportunity to talk about David Allen Capital, right? That's your opportunity to recruit. And I'm not even recruiting. I'm just telling them, this is what I do. I built an agency. And if you want to join a winning team, here's what you need to do, right? And I always point people back to the partner with us and to watch the video, right? There's agents that still haven't gone through the training. That's another tip that I would give. I have gone through the trainings multiple times. And I stay engaged because something new comes up all the time. I don't want to be relying on information I got 2 years ago when I know things have changed already, right? So I'm going through that training. And that capital training is so important. I don't use any scripts. I know everything. It's already in my mind. And in case I need a reference, I have that reference sheet that you all provided. So I have that on my phone, right? So learn as much about the business as possible is so important if you want to be successful in this business. And I will highly encourage you to watch the 3-part comp plan, because I thought I knew everything about the comp plan. I didn't until I went through all 3 videos. And it's amazing. I haven't seen a comp plan like it.
Love it. So I'm gaining a lot from what you're saying here, because I repeat posts. I've never been good at social posting, and I do repeat posts. And whenever I get passionate to do a live video, Shantae, I'll do a live video. I got 2 recruits and 2 clients on my last rant that I just one day was frustrated. I went to a rant about wanting to help businesses and didn't do it with an intention of getting a client or recruiting people, but people loved the message and started sharing it and wanted to be a part of it. So I'm gaining. I'm gonna stop repeating so many posts. I'm gonna start doing more lives. But for people that don't have, like, you've already got clients' testimonies now, you've got stories. For people who don't yet, they haven't got a funding, they haven't got yet any clients or any built a team. What information, what stories would you not steal, but borrow, and how would you promote the success of D.A.C. when it's not yet your own?
Just start sharing what you're doing, the activities that you're working on. That's part of your story.
So you can share your activities, and we don't mind folks sharing. I'll put posts up periodically of D.A.C. just helped at this, and this, and this, and this. Yes. Shantae says, I just helped this, this, and this. It's okay for you to say we as a company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And even my team that's under me, I tell them you can use anything that I post on my page regarding David Allen Capital and tweak it for yourself. And because it's a team, right? I can either say this is something I personally did or am doing or have accomplished, or this is something that the team is doing, right? Or has accomplished, right? So there's different ways to be able to do it. But even just talking about a day in the life of what you're doing, like today, like I just called like 20 business owners who I know really need, help. I'm really passionate about this. Talk about it, right? On your page, whether it's in text or whether it's in video, but I can tell you there's nothing better than video. Okay. Even if you can't do live video, most of these platforms, you can start with audio, right? If you are shy about getting on video, you can even do pre-recorded video and then rebroadcast it live. So really there's no excuse, but video is the best way to get your message out, is the best way to be able to connect with people, is the best way to market. And most of these platforms, especially Facebook, love video. So what that means is they're going to be pushing your video out to more people rather than you just dropping a text, post, or a graphic. So you want to do more of what the platforms like so it reaches more people.
Love it. Well, we're going to go to questions. Folks, if you have a question for Shantae, please type it in the chat bar. Morgan and Sharon will keep a watch for that, and they'll ask the questions rather than opening up the video, which could take some time and cause some confusion. We'll have Morgan read off those questions, or Sharon, they can determine that. But Shantae, while they're compiling those questions and people are typing them, again, just go to your chat window if you have a question for her. A lot of people have the same type question. Morgan will compile those and come forward with them. But before we go to that, any final words you want to say? It's been powerful what you've shared already. Is there anything else you'd want to say to any of the viewers watching live or watching this and recording later before we take questions?
Yes, definitely love what you do. You have to love it. You have to be passionate about it, or it's not going to work. It's going to come through. It's going to come across however you feel about the situation and yourself and the product that you're selling is going to come through to the person that you're talking to the business owner. And I remember I posted a quote by Mark Cuban during National Small Business Week this every year that a lot of small businesses don't know about. But what he was saying is that don't be afraid to sell, right? People are like so scared. Selling is helping. Just know that you are helping people. You are helping a business owner. If you think of it that way, you know, it will not be as hard as you thinking, oh, I'm trying to sell. It's not selling. You're just informing, you're sharing. And if you're like me, you're educating. And I think that is the best approach. If you just see yourself as an expert and you come across as an expert, that will really help you expand your network. It will attract more clients, more small business owners to you, but it's how you show up. You have to treat this being an agent as a business. It can't be, just like I tell business owners, if you're still treating your business as a side hustle, right? Or a hobby, this is something just on the side when I get to it, it is not going to reap you the results that you want. You have to be all in. You have to be committed. Whatever time you have to dedicate, it doesn't have to be 40 hours a week. If you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be all in 1 hour a week, every single week, then do that. And then you work up from there. But if you do that and continually be consistent and follow through, you will see results. That's all I do.
Love it. I know Wade Cordell is waving his hand saying, I want to comment. Go ahead, Wade.
This is amazing. Let me tell you, you are amazing. And you know, I see why over 100 people couldn't wait to get on today and listen to why you're successful. I know that I wasn't going to miss it. I mean, I am so busy, I don't even have time to even think, but I will tell you, you are amazing. And people, I hope you guys use this Zoom as the greatest recruiting tool that you've ever seen. I'm going to use it. I can promise you, as soon as it's posted. But I took a couple of notes, and I hope everybody else did. But you know, one of the things that I hear often, Shantae, is that you know almost all my people are declined, and I know, and David knows, and we've already seen the stats that 70% of the people that actually meet the qualifications get approved and get an offer. So I know you commented on that, but I wouldn't mind you just kind of just say a couple more words about what you find the reason for most of your folks being declined.
Now, I have a lot of viewers or people that may go to my link, and I don't know sometimes when they're going to the website, it clearly says what the requirements are. But this is what I found across the board, especially with small business owners when they don't have their business in order, is that they would have met the qualifications, but this has been a big one. All their money is either in a personal account or they're not tracking it at all. It's in no account. So we can't verify we can't verify the income because it's not in a business account. So what I do is I use my platform, I use opportunity if I'm on the phone with them to educate them. So if you don't qualify right now, this is what you need to do to get your business in order so that you can meet the qualifications, right? And I try to do my best for people that I talk with personally to properly vet them out, to make sure that they're clear on exactly what the requirements are. Now, there's people that have access to my link and information. They see me on, all my platforms. They don't speak with me personally, so they'll go and apply and then they'll get declined. But I can tell you, this is an example. I actually met with the person. They had the IP issue. I've had a few people with the IP issue. They couldn't do it themselves. So I actually walked them through the process. I asked them in advance, I said, before I exhaust this effort, I want to make sure that you meet all these qualifications. And the person said yes, that they did. Went through the application and they were declined. And they're looking at each other like, okay, why was it declined? You have no money in the account. You need money in your bank account if you're going to qualify for a loan. And what I try to explain to people, this is not the same thing as disaster relief, right? Disaster relief is for those that have struggled, they're not making sales in their business. Funding, loans, advances are to help you to be able to grow your business. It's not for you to take on more debt and you can't even pay. You're not making any sales, right? So I try to educate people in that way, and to try to lessen the amount of declines that I get. But sometimes I don't have a lot of control over that. Right? I can just educate.
This has been the most valuable 45 minutes in self-help that I have spent in an awful long time. And I come across with a lot of people as being too rough and too aggressive and too this and too that. But I'm telling you, I'm very honest with you. This has been valuable to me. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Great stuff, buddy. Great stuff. And you don't see, Shantae, the reasons for declines. We've done digging to make sure. And more often than not, people say they're doing the revenue that aren't.
They're not.
Or they say they have a business account. And it is where they put all their business money, but it's in a personal name.
Yes.
Not a business account. So that and you're educating them. But okay, Morgan, what other questions have we got for Shantae?
Yes. All right. We've got a few questions in the chat here. Ellen had asked, does Shantae use her personal Facebook page to promote her business, or does she use her business page, or both?
I promote everywhere I am on social media, and that's a lot of places. So yes, my Facebook personal page, if you go there, you will see everything that I promote and how I do it. I do the same thing on my business page, and I share resources and tips and all that. So you all can do the same thing. It's not just selling, it's attraction marketing. It's letting them know that outside of this, you really do care about the business. Right? I'm on YouTube, every place that I can promote on YouTube. And when I say promote, it's not just sell, buy this. It's just letting them know that I'm here. I have a solution. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to empower you. I'm going to educate you, and I'm going to provide you with resources. Right? So I'm on just about every social platform that there is. And I'm connected to organizations and associations, right? Other people, I'm a mentor. So every opportunity that I can use to promote David Allen Capital, I do. My links, my replicated links are everywhere. That's why I say I don't know if most of the people that apply, I've never met them in my life. They've seen me or someone referred them. I have a lot of fans, people that just refer me because they love what I'm doing, right? And I've been coined as the funding guru, the grant guru. And so everybody sends everybody to me for all things funding, right? But you have to put your stuff out there, right? I don't know if you all saw the message that I put out in the group that said, one of the ways you can market your business for free, there's many ways actually, but you haven't thought about your signature line. Is your signature line empty? Or do you have information about Bank Breezy and David Allen Capital Funding or customer financing in your email signature? Do you think about how many emails you send out every single day and how many people that email is going in front of? I've sold a lot of things through my email just by having the information in my signature line.
Love it. Love it. Great answer. Thank you. So everywhere, folks, and it sounds like we all can use more places too. Go ahead, Morgan. What's next?
Awesome. Phil asked, and you may have sprinkled this in with your talk already, but maybe just wants a concise answer. Phil had asked, what is your process in sharing the pre-qualifications to prospects?
What is my process?
Yeah, how do you go over the requirements for funding when you're talking to someone?
Okay, so when I'm live, it's just natural part of the conversation, right? I'll bring it in at some juncture of my talk that is not just focused on Bang Breezy. It's just, oh, by the way, let me remind you of this option that is available. You need money today, you can get it today, next day. And then here are the requirements, right? These are the requirements. And then I remind them, you must meet the requirements, right? So I'm always good about that. And even when I post my videos, the links are always there with the requirements, okay? So not only am I telling them on video, but my videos are there forever, unless at some point the platform decides to delete the video, if I, because that could possibly happen. But look at how many people have access to that. So is not only I'm saying it in the video, but I'm leaving the same information in the body of that video for people to come back to at any given time to be able to have access to it. Then I have my reference sheet. Like I said, if I need it, that's a great tool. It has all the information you need for questions that come up all the time. What are the qualifications? What is the interest rate? That comes up a lot as well, is right there in the reference sheet. I committed it to memory, but if I just need to just check, it's right there.
Love it. And earlier on, folks, if you got on late, Shantae was just in part of her discussion was saying how she covers it. And she went into some detail with the enthusiasm and the passion, the attitude of we're not for everybody type thing. If you meet these requirements, we can get you capital. But if you don't, we won't be able to get you capital. Yeah. But this is what you can do. So
and this is what you can do. You may qualify like a few months down the road, and people have, right? So there's been people that declined that came back and did it again and were able to be funded.
That's right. And you're educating them on how to get their business account, make sure all the deposits go into the business account.
Education.
Those are prerequisites.
Yes, educate them. If they don't meet the requirements, get them started, right? In the right direction. That's what I say in basically all my videos is start where you are, start getting your business in order. Then you can start qualifying for more of these types of opportunities, because the bottom line is I don't want them to keep missing out on these opportunities.
Because you care.
I care.
You really care. Yeah. And that comes across. I think probably more than anything, any skill you have, I'm telling you, as a business owner who I spend money with salespeople, right? What you bring out more than anything in me, what tweaks in my spirit about you is you really do care. So that means I can trust whatever you're saying or trust you to go get an answer. You'll be honest if you don't know an answer. I can just feel you say, I don't know. Let me do some research. I'll get back with you. You can just feel that on you. And folks, hopefully you're all seeing that, because if you're not bringing that instinctively, people will back away. So you got to make sure you care first about their success before you worry about your commission.
Exactly.
Shantae probably doesn't think about her commissions much. She likes getting them, I'm sure.
I love it. It's the easiest money that I've made. It's easy. I said the work is just building the relationships. And I'm just astounded. And I think right now is putting the effort into building my team. And I thought like I wasn't doing a good job, right? It's new because I wasn't expecting to build this big of a team, but I try to keep them as engaged as possible. I call every single agent when they sign up, send out weekly emails, and to see that they got funded clients and they're messaging me, look, I'm working on it. I got one in this part of the process. If they get declined, I'm like, don't give up. You're going to get one funded. So I'm their cheerleader. Right. And to see them coming through and they're doing the work is amazing. So just building the team, I think, is the work that I need to put put in going forward.
Love it. Morgan, I know you're going to ask another question. I just want to say, whoever collective impact is for everybody, I see comments popping up on my screen when you make a comment. Great comments. Whoever that is, we really appreciate your feedback. And Morgan, what other questions have we got?
All right. Next question is from LS. They asked, did the pandemic hurt your warm market to the point that many couldn't get D.A.C funded?
No, I don't think so. I think it helped my warm market to be able to get funded because they weren't able to get the federal stimulus money, right? Or they didn't get enough and they need more of it. That's why this is such a great product this came at just the right time for everybody, not just me. All these business owners, you just don't, I know because I'm on the front lines. I talk to them, I hear their desperation, their hopelessness all the time. They're still waiting, going through reconsideration after reconsideration after reconsideration, trying to get SBA disaster relief funding. Some weren't able to get that. Many weren't able to get that. We'll never be able to get it. But guess what? We have Bank Breezy as an option. So if you have not been sharing it, I would encourage you to share it. Start sharing today with as many business owners as you can. You know, let them know what you're doing. Are you in the market for funding? Do you know someone? We're trying to help people. We know that they need options. We know how. Let them know, but you need to know what small business owners are dealing with. You need to know and you need to care, and then use that information then to help them be able to get funding. Then they will be so grateful for it. Then they will be happy to start telling their other small business peers to go to you to get funding. That's how I do it. That's why it's so easy. I don't do any of the work. My fans do it for me, really.
Love it. Love it. What else you got, Morgan?
So the next question and the final one for the chat for now is from Mildred. She's also got her hand up. Would you rather me read it or?
Why don't you read it and then we'll try to answer it that way. Then we're going to go to some comments with some past agents of the month if they want to make a comment and welcome Shantae to the club.
Awesome. All right. So this is from Mildred. She said, hi, Shantae. I'm having a difficult time getting my first business owner to sign up. I went into a plaza and handed out my drop cards to at least 11 businesses. Not one has signed up yet. I was able to recruit 2 agents, but please advise on what else I could do. Thank you.
Okay, those drop cards are there. You never know who's going to see them, right? So don't despair, okay, over the fact that they didn't sign up today. That rarely happens, okay? It's marketing. Is really you're building your brand. That's what you're doing. You're building your brand as an agent. You're becoming known as an agent and as an expert in this industry. Those are tools to do that. That's why they're called marketing tools. So you want to get them in as many hands of business owners that you can, or in as many places where business owners are, then you will start getting those calls, right? It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month. But in the meantime, what else are you doing? And like I said, everybody has a platform. Are you networking? Are you going out to meet business owners, right? Do you know the business owners in your neighborhood? You can just walk down the street. Like down the street here, we have a whole boulevard. The street is super long and it's hundreds of small businesses on it. Okay. So if it's a nice day outside, why not walk up and down that street and go meet some business owners, right? If you can't do that, like I'm not doing that. I'm using right now social media. But my question is to you, go look at where you are on social media and what you're posting. Are you posting anything that is relevant or helpful to a business owner right now? Right? You can't just come into it and just think, oh, I just told you I'm an agent and I have funding and you're just going to sign up today. You have to work it, right? Give it time. It's a process. There's levels to this. If it doesn't happen day 1, if it doesn't happen week 1, if it doesn't happen month 1, don't let that discourage you. It's going to happen. Consistency is key. Too many people give up too early. Right? We don't give up, because when you give up, that client would have been right there waiting for you. So just keep doing it. But if you're not doing the right things, you just want to reevaluate, what are you doing And is it working? Maybe switch up your strategy. Like I said, some of you are just posting flyers back to back to back. That I'm telling you, it's not working. So what are you going to do? You're going to change your strategy today.
Yeah, folks, Shantae is summing it up very well for everybody. She's got an area that she likes to focus, social media, right? And as an educator, she's building a platform of education. Others are doing real well over the phone. Others are doing real well with private individual emails to business owners because they can't leave their house. Others are doing it very well with drop cards and canvassing an area and saying, I'm going to make sure every business owner in this town knows that I'm a funding expert. In the same dialogue that you just saw Shantae have with all of us, they're having one at a time out there. It takes longer. You have more of a, that same conversation is only being heard by one, but that impact is being felt by one who's going to tell others. So if you can do it online, you can build that magnified impact. You do it individually, you build that relationship which creates impact. You do it through email, a private email, not a broadcast, same email over and over. You'll create impact. Texting someone that you care about will create an impact. Calling your buddy whose brother owns a business and just saying, hey, I'm an agent, I care about helping business owners. That'll make an impact because they'll tell their friend. Share that you care to as many places as you can and watch your impact start to ripple out from you. I got 3 clients last week. I do not know who they are. I don't know where they came from. I just know that I'm the agent of record because of an impact I made. Shantae sees that all the time. And every one of you will see that as well when you do your part first. 11 is great. It's a great first start. We say it usually takes 40 drop cards before you'll get an application. You're already 1/4 of the way. And keep in mind, as Shantae said, some of those drop cards are like seeds planted in soil that don't bear fruit for 8 months, 7 months, but that person's keeping that card on their bulletin board for when and if they ever need capital in the future. You made an impact on them, Mildred, and they'll keep your card. With that, Shantae, thank you so much. We've got some agents of the month from the past on. I know some of them probably want to applaud you and share something with you. I see PK's got her hand up. Let's go to PK, Patricia Clausen, agent of the month from the past. What do you got, PK?
Hey, thank you so much because I'm late for an appointment and I typed my question weird. I worded it wrong for Morgan, so I want to apologize. But first and foremost, Shantae, oh my goodness, you are the she boss lady. Woo! I love it that you're empowering women. It's tough being a woman. It really is. And if you don't believe me, read the book of Esther. And that's what you're reminding me of. It's tough being a woman, but you're overcoming it. You just truly amaze me. And, I sent you a text last night and I said, I can't wait to hear you. And so I'm so glad I'm running a little late for this appointment just to hear you out. So I'm going to hop off, but I want to ask my question before I hop off. I thought I heard you say something about make videos on Facebook rather than writing a post because Facebook likes videos and will pass this around more. And my question was, how do you know that type of knowledge? Only because I'm not a tech savvy person, and I just wanted to know how do you know that? Because I'm more of I share every single one of David's different types of posts of Bank Breezy and David Allen Capital, and I think they look beautiful, and I share them on my business page all the time. But I just wanted that insight on what you said about videos on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I'm a digital marketer. So marketing is my thing. That's what I'm an expert in. So that's how I know. So I'm sharing my expertise today to you to let you know. So you don't need all the background information. All you need to know is that you should start using video, right? And it could be 5 minutes, right? Just talking about your day or sharing a tip or 2 or 3 that would really have an impact on a small business owners, right? And just think about who you're connected to, right? Who you're in front of. And if your friends list doesn't have entrepreneurs and small business owners on it, start connecting with those business owners, right? Start accepting their friend requests, right? You're connected with me, it will show you, levels of who you're connected to the same, right? And then connect with those people. You can control who you connect with. You can look at their page and see if it's something that you vibe with. So you have a lot of control over that, but expand your reach and who you connected with, and just start getting on video. And you can even start with an audio video where your face is not showing. There's some like I have She Boss Talk, or some quote on there. So there's different things that you can do to get started, right? And you don't have to be on there 30 minutes or even an hour. Just, you can do a minute and work your way up.
Love it.
Well,
And PK, think about it. With your corporate background, you were in business lending for 20 plus years. If anyone could bring expertise and educate business owners, boy, oh boy.
Yeah,
what a background.
I know. I love this about her. I love that she wants to educate, and just everything that she was saying. It's like, that's like a constant thing that I do, is educate. I mean, I meet a ton of people that don't meet the qualifications, but I'm not going to say, oh, I got to move on. You're not the one. No, I'll actually stay and take the time and educate them. And I say, let's talk again in 4 more months. Let's see where you're at. The education is key. And I loved it when she said, if you don't really care about business owners, then you shouldn't even be with David Allen Capital. Yep. I mean, that was like, preach it, girl, because you should really be caring about your community, and that these business owners are closing down because of this pandemic. And I loved it when she said that. Yep, it's education, education, education. You got to care about them.
Love it. Thank you,
Thank
PK.
you,
That's why
Shantae.
you've been an agent of the month. Ellen Wynn, 2-time agent of the month, is live with us. What do you got, Ellen?
Man, what an awesome interview today, Shantae. Congratulations. Welcome to the Agent of the Month Club. So glad to be sharing this platform with you today. Wow. All I can say is I remember you popping onto the scene back when we were doing PPP, and I'm seeing all these numbers that were getting posted in the Facebook group, and I'm going, who the heck is Shantae Roddy? Well, I'm so excited that we had an opportunity to really dig deep today to find out who you are. And I really appreciate the wisdom that you shared today, because you help D.A.C. be a brighter opportunity for every one of us. You sharing your experience and teaching agents here today some of your inside tips and tricks. So I salute you and appreciate everything you shared today. So thank you, Shantae.
Thank you.
Love it.
Nice.
All right. And we've got Matt Dehain, also an agent of the month, wanted to make a comment. What do you got, Matthew? Oh, sorry, Ellen. We'll put you up, Matthew. Go ahead, buddy. We'll get you on there.
Well, Shantae Roddy, boss lady. Wow. I'm blown away. I'm telling you something. That takes a lot to blow me away. You are. The cat's meow. From top one, focus. I was trying to quantify the words. Focus, determination, an attitude of belief that you possess. I've not seen, I mean, probably got it more in spades and most people I've ever met and I've encountered in any industry. So no wonder you're so successful. There's no question. It's not a surprise. Hearing you today, it's obvious. There it is. You know, all I have to do is just listen to this woman, one thing after another. So this should be a training, David. I think we might want to encapsulate this for all the agents. It was extraordinary. So congratulations to you, Shantae. Welcome to the club. I bet you're probably going to be a multiple winner. I got a feeling you're going to be the one, you know, I'm sorry, Ellen, you know, wow, you are something else. I was completely blown away. You are awesome. So congratulations. Continued success to you. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Keep it up.
Well, fortunately, thank you, Matthew. Fortunately, this is recorded. And so I'm going to watch it again. I know others will. We'll post it up. We'll email it out. And it'll stay in our Agent of the Month series like all our other ones. We've got some that are almost a year old out there. This will be here for people to watch as the years come by and the months come by. But before we close this out, Shantae, we're going to give you the final words. I did want to say one thing. We've got some neat things in the works. I'm not going to add them to this video, but know that we've got some things that's going to blow people's mind at the consumer and business level in the near future. But Shantae, what have you got to bring us home in the final words as you wrap up this great discussion?
Yes, I'm just so excited to be part of this great team here. David Allen Capital, the agents, just to be able to have this opportunity to speak with all of you all. I hope, and based on what I've heard, that what I have spoken today and shared with you all today will help you in your own personal journeys and business journeys, right? We're a team, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. And I'm just so happy to be part of such an amazing team. And just keep at it, keep pushing towards success, stay with it, stay the course, and it will happen for you.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Thank you, Shantae. You're such a gift to D.A.C. and to everybody and to all the business owners.